Dishing it right, making the right play at the right time. That's what plain field guards do. Let's see what the guards do down the court tonight.
And Jay, we are ready to go. This one about to get underway. The Sixers control the tap.
Hey, check up. Let's go.
Wait on it. Go. I got you right here. Stop.
To Tobias Harris. Richardson. They go down low to Simmons. Nice pass to set things up.
2 points. Take them any way you can get them.
Jay, upon scanning this Clippers roster, there are a lot of guards for Doc Rivers to work with.
Yeah, they have a plethora of guards, and if I'm this team and if I'm Doc Rivers, I'm thinking about how do I throw as many guards at you as possible, because Doc wants to get another guard in there to apply the same pressure. They should be the new modern-day Detroit Pistons with the style they play defensively.
Big screen right there, big screen.
Cutter. I got you.
George knocks it down. That was a tough shot.
As a defender, you should take it personally when a contested three goes in. That's good defense, but it's not good enough.
Sixers control it. Simmons to Horford. They go down low to Simmons. And they call the foul. Jay, he was there too late.
I say this a lot, and it's only because coaches harp on it all the time. Read the scouting report. Know who you can and should send to the line. This is a case of knowing a shooter probably had a better chance of hitting a jumper than he does of hitting the free throws.
Oh, he missed on a pair. To Beverly.
Oh, no, he can't guard you out there. Got you. Here we go.
Pick coming left.
Leonard to George.
Switch.
They've slowed down the pace. Now 3 on the shot clock. He's looking for that touch. On the follow. Way to stay with it.
So many times you can tell if a player is going to finish before he even gets to the rim. Did you see that look on his face? That was the look of a three-point play. You always going in thinking you can get more at the rim.
Harris to Embiid. Nothing going here on that drive. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
That's lunch pail business right there. Don't worry about the no call. Keep powering through.
Let's go. Pick me right.
Leonard to Paul George. Here comes the screen. No good. Oh, it looked like he may have gotten him there.
And physicality is your friend. Don't let these guys get any easy ones down low. Make them look at the refs, wondering where the foul was every time.
And the rebound grabbed by the Clippers. To Beverly.
Take the shot.
George buries it on the catch and shoot.
Ooh, that confidence level is so superior. Whenever you start jogging back on defense before the ball even goes through the net, that speaks for itself.
Simmons. LA Clippers with the basketball. Paul George, 4-2. That's rebounded by Embiid. Here's Simmons with it up top. Trailing by 4. Stuffs it down with authority.
See, Ed, that's what I love. You don't need to conserve your energy. You attack that rim with ferocity. You always set the tone.
Beverly into the front court. He'll run the offense. Now a steal by Philly.
Hey, I got ball. I got mine. Y'all get yours. I got mine.
Oh, too much contact. Free throws on the way.
Hey, look, sometimes you need to feel out your opponent. Let them know you're there. I'm okay with that early foul.
Ben Simmons at the line for 2 shots. He struggled so far. Knocks down the first.
There it is. Just like practice.
To 2 for 2 on that trip. Beverly into the front court. Looking to make something happen. To George. Leonard. George lets it fly. Paul George. He's 3 of 5. 60% shooting from the field.
And last year, it seemed like PG really had a difficult time finding that next level elite PG. No doubt about it, this year, he needs to be playoff P all day, every day.
And the Clippers able to clear the board. Beverly into the front court. The score 10-8. Paul George to Leonard. Strong finish for Paul George. Jay, this is getting scary fast.
If you're the defense, you have to deny him the ball. Maybe throw a box and one. Maybe throw a zone. Maybe even throw the kitchen sink because he's putting on a show in the first quarter.
Embiid to Horford. Nothing going here on that drive. Richardson to Embiid. Joel Embiid. 2 for 3 now here in the first.
If you're coaching against this player, you have to throw some fake traps, some fake schemes. How are you making this player think instead of just naturally reacting?
Nothing going here on that drive. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
The offense has very little to lose on those type of plays if they know they can, number one, create contact, and number two, still get the ball up. You need to assert yourself fully on the defensive end by initiating the contact and not allowing the offensive player to get that ball above his waist.
Kawhi Leonard trying to cash in on a three-point play. A career 84% free throw shooter. Free throw good to finish off the three-point play. The lead is up to 5. Sixers have the basketball. Simmons to Richardson. And the rebound taken by the Clippers. Beverly into the front court. Leads 5. Baseline drive, but he can't finish. To Simmons.
I got this D on him.
Richardson. And he'll go to the foul line.
Look, it's still early. Make your opponent work for those possessions. You don't want to start racking up too many personal fouls.
Ben Simmons has got 2 shots coming, shooting 50%. Some yes, some no in this contest. Misses the first.
All right. Next time, next one.
Second one goes. It's a 1 of 2 trip. It's the Clippers with the possession now.
Yeah, just me and you, 90 feet. Let's go. What you got? What you got?
To Paul George. Williams. From the outside, no good.
And as a shooter, this is when you start to second guess your shot. You've had 3 wide open shots that you just can't put through the net, but still, keep hunting your shot.
Simmons to Embiid. Harris to Embiid.
Back door coming.
And he's fouled. Good play by the shooter.
You know what? That's an even better play by the defender. I like the foul there. Send a message. Nothing easy.
He's going to have to earn it now. Joel Embiid, couple of free throws on the way. For his career, 77% at the line. Off the mark on the first free throw.
Nothing, man. You got it.
Good recovery. Hits the second free throw.
Good shot.
Clippers have the basketball. George to Leonard. Surveys the floor. Ah, you've got to get that one to go. Simmons with it. They're down 3. Old school. Backs his man down for the basket.
I know this for a fact, Ed. Ben Simmons wanted to channel his inner Bill Russell during the NBA awards as he stood up on that stage accepting that Rookie of the Year trophy, looking down at all the people that hated on him and didn't think that after a year of being injured that he can come back and be the one that everybody thought he could be. One of only 7 players in NBA history to lead his team to 50-plus wins while accepting the Rookie of the Year trophy.
Into the front court comes Simmons. Down 3. To Tobias Harris. Knocked loose. The Sixers with 4 to shoot. Has a look. And a putback slam.
Woo, that's nasty right there.
I'm on D. I'm on D.
Paul George to Leonard. Defense making the ball handler work. Kawhi Leonard. 3 for 6 now.
Boy got jumper.
Great job using that shoulder to create contact with the defender without hesitation.
It's in the hands of Philadelphia. Knocked loose. That's off of Leonard, out of bounds. It remains Sixers basketball. New blood coming in for both sides. Simmons to the basket, but his shot stays out.
That's superb defense. That's a defense getting there from the weak side early and making the player short on a shot.
Williams across the timeline. His team up by 1. To George. Now a pass stolen by the Sixers. Richardson knocked loose. Clippers have it.
Hey, outlet.
Kawhi Leonard, 4 out of 7.
And that transition offense was flawless. When guys fan out and actually fill the lanes with a sense of urgency, you heard me correctly, a sense of urgency, you will get a great shot every possession.
Can't miss those. It's LA Clippers ball. George. And a chance coming up at the line.
You see this all the time. The defensive players establishing his presence on the court and also checking to see how far the refs are going to let him go.
And hits the first free throw.
Keep working him out, boy. He can't guard you.
So he hits the first, misses the second. Simmons with it. Down 4. To Embiid. To Simmons. Embiid. Simmons. Not a good shot there as he misses it.
I got him.
Paul George to Harkless. Nice pass to get things going.
I love the drive to the basket there. Instead of trying to go around or over, go through.
Philadelphia with the basketball. Simmons. To Embiid. Won't go. Williams into the front court. Up by 6. To Leonard.
Wait on it. Go. I got you right here. Stop.
Williams to Leonard. Deep 2 there. Won't go. Hole Neto here against Harkless.
Ooh, clear out. I got this.
Williams across the timeline. Up 6. Has a chance, gets a look, can't hit. LA Clippers with the basketball. Off the mark. He's made those before, but that was well defended.
You see, this is something that everybody has, but some people choose to use it or not. I'm glad you choose to use effort on getting around those screens.
Raul Neto at the line for 2 shots. Shoots it at 75% for his career. First try at the line, no good. Good bounce back. Hits the second. It's a 1 of 2 trip. Williams into the front court. Up 5. To Leonard. Trying to cash in. Leonard's shot won't go down.
I'm not sure that the contest on the shot contributed to the miss, but what it might have done is seep into the confidence of the shooter that the next time he might decide to try to drive to the rim instead of settling for a jumper.
To Embiid. And the Clippers with the rebound. To Leonard.
Come on, you gotta work around the screen. You're killing me.
Wait on it. Go, sir. I got you right here. Stop.
From the painted area, won't go down.
And this is where you know you have the offense right where you want them. Every possession, all you see them doing is complaining to the ref, complaining to each other. You're making the game uncomfortable. That's the mark of a good defense.
Knocked loose. Oh, the hustle keeps the ball in play. That one off the mark. It's no good.
And there's always so much talk about defense. How about offensively? If you continue to attack that shooter, now you're making him work on the defensive end. That makes him take his legs away on the offensive end.
Able to convert inside.
You feel that? I see the confidence building.
Sixers control it. To Embiid.
Watch that cutter.
Nothing going here on that drive. To Embiid. Shot won't go. Late heave to beat the buzzer. We're through 1 at Staples Center with the Clippers on top. Jay and I back with more after this. You're watching the NBA on EA Sports. Ed Cohen, Jay Williams with you as we get things started here in the second quarter. It's the Clippers with the possession now. Leonard to Harkless. Leonard. Joel Embiid snatching it out of the air.
Just erasing mistakes left and right.
Wait on it. Go, sir. I got you right here. Stop. Screen, screen.
Has a look. The screen sets him up for 2.
I don't know what halftime evaluation will be worse, the ankles or the bruised ego.
Here we go. I got ball. I got ball.
That's me. I got ball.
Leonard to Beverly. Shot from the lane won't go.
And this is where you know you have the offense right where you want them. Every possession, all you see them doing is complaining to the ref, complaining to each other. You're making the game uncomfortable. That's the mark of a good defense.
Off the pro hop, strong footwork.
Old school equals high percentage.
To Leonard. Kawhi Leonard. He's 5 for 10, shooting 50%.
That's what I'm talking about, Ed. It's that simple. Put the ball in the bucket.
Sixers have the basketball. To Embiid. It was right there.
And you hate to say this, but this is the reality of the matter. Sometimes it takes guys a little while to warm up into the game. Seems like they finally found their rhythm in the second quarter.
To Leonard.
Shot up. Oh, yeah, that's all. Oh, yeah, that's all.
That's no good.
Watch the pick on your right.
Nothing going here on that drive. Has a chance. And the rebound comes down to the Clippers. Beverly into the front court. Looking to make something happen. To Leonard.
Wait on it. Go. So,
To Harkless.
Back door.
Down to 5 on the 24. Here's a chance from long range. Great defense, forcing the miss. Down for Smith. Nice pace, sets it up, and slams it down.
An easy 2. Get back on defense.
Clippers have the basketball. Beverly to Leonard. Probing the defense. Screen coming. LA with 4 to shoot. Lets it fly from long range. He engulfed him that time.
Great contest by the D, but I want to see the coaching staff call the same exact play the next possession. Get that offensive player the ball. Let him prove that it wasn't the D. It was more in his own head.
Now ready for a couple of free throws.
There's a very fine line between maximum effort and carelessness. I'm willing to live with a few mistakes and maximal effort than having to constantly remind my players to close out.
First one, count it. And he makes them both.
When I get him, I'll give it right back to you.
It's LA Clippers ball. Beverly. Sizing up the defense. Scores from the post.
There you go, finally. Shoot your shot.
Yep, I got
To
ball,
Richardson.
I got ball. Screen right. On your right.
Had a good look there, but it's no good. Beverly into the front court. Up by 3.
Cutter.
Gets it in the left corner. Short jumper stays out.
It's easy. Force guys into low percentage shots. That's the reason why we're big into stats. It was all provided to you before the game in the scouting report.
Here comes the screen. That's what you like to see off the pick and roll. Nice, easy basket.
I mean, defense, is it that easy? Can I see some reaction after somebody gets an easy dunk, some yelling, some kind of emotion? I need you to get involved back in this ball game.
Beverly.
wait on it. Go. So, I got you right here. Stop.
To Williams. Here comes the screen.
Got your help.
Oh, no, he can't go.
Williams. Trying to cash in. Missed it. He always has the green light, but the defense was ready. To the rim. Lays it up and in.
That's a strong finish. Regardless of contact, finishing strong is key.
Beverly into the front court. Down a point. Oh, great defense there, forcing the pickup. Kylo Quinn tips it.
Just incredible timing on that swat.
Count the basket inside.
Good pass, boy.
Way to shoot.
Ed, I have a rule. If you're 6'9" or taller, I don't want to see you jelly it. I don't want to see any kind of weird spin or English on the ball. Just dunk it. Keep it simple, please.
Williams to Harkless. Beverly.
Let it go, man.
Out of bounds the call. Last touch by Patrick Beverly. We have both squads set to make some moves right now. It's in the hands of Philadelphia. Simmons. To Embiid. Oh, they call him for the foul.
Ed, you can't lunge like that.
Simmons. To Embiid. The pass set it all up.
I see you've been working on your game.
Well, they have such great flow to their offense this evening. The ball isn't sticking to one player individually. It's moving around the perimeter, and it's zipping. They're playing with a special cohesiveness.
To Beverly. George to Leonard. Strong finish for Paul George.
It's so amazing when you get a chance to see a player in his own space. It's almost as if the defense doesn't exist. He can go left, he can go right, he can attack. He's playing on that court by himself.
Embiid to Simmons. Knocked loose. Simmons.
Hey, back door, watch that back door.
And George able to gobble up the rebound. Beverly into the front court. They're down 3. To Paul George. Beverly to Leonard. The Clippers with 4 to shoot. It's PG for 2. Won't go.
Baby, it's game time.
Philadelphia with the basketball.
I got ball.
Beverly into the front court. Down 3.
Wait on it. Go. So, stop.
Pick.
Paul George to Beverly. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
The defender was actually in a good position there. They even made a decent play on the ball, but sometimes those bounces go the other way. Still, stay aggressive out there.
Ivica Zubac at the line for a chance at a 3-point play. 71% for his career. Oh, he can't connect. Simmons into the front court. Leads just a point. To Embiid. Oh, emphatic slam.
That's a big-time finish.
That's what I'm talking about. Nice finish. It's all business.
LA Clippers with the basketball. To Williams. Probing the defense. Williams. Had a chance, but it's no good. Here's Simmons with it up top. Leads 3. Paul George with a piece.
That kid can block out the sun, Ed.
Harris to Embiid. Stuffs it down with authority.
I know a lot of players, including myself, would try to get out of the way of that. I commend you for your courage.
Hey, match up.
Leonard. Deep left corner. LA with 4 to shoot. PG lets it fly. Snared by Embiid. Simmons with it. Leads 5.
Let's go.
Horford to Embiid. Nothing going here on that drive. Can't connect from in close.
Here we go. I got him. I got him.
Hands up, hands up, hands up.
George.
Come here.
5 seconds to shoot. Has a look. Rebound Horford. Into the front court comes Simmons. He'll run the offense. Short jumper won't go down. Nice follow-up on the dunk there.
As a rookie last year, Ben Simmons averaged 16 points a game and posted 12 triple-doubles, the second most by any rookie in NBA history. Or was last year really his rookie year? We can debate that one later.
Old school. Backs his man down for the basket.
2 points. Take them any way you can get them.
Simmons with it. Up 5. To Tobias Harris. Bad pass there. Clippers have it. Paul George. To Leonard.
Hey, watch this screen left.
Got him. Get mine.
The Clippers with 4 to shoot. To George.
Shooter.
The rebound belongs to the 76ers. Oh, highlight moves. Tough to pull off with the defender all over you. It's the Clippers with the possession now. Leonard. Down low George. Cleans it up. Joel Embiid sends it away.
Oh, he blocked that with authority.
Finishing inside the paint on that one. Jay, when you break down Paul George, where is he at his best?
He needs to be engaged. He needs to have the ball in his hands. He needs to be needed. And that's the biggest thing for Paul George. When he's the guy offensively and he makes those clutch shots, it re-engages him defensively. And that drives him to be the best version of Paul George there is.
Harris's shot won't go.
The most important thing a shooter can do is continue to shoot. The defense is always going to give great effort, but it's more of your psyche that goes into the next shot that will limit you on whether you make the shot or not.
Off the assist.
Yes, sir. Way to shoot it, boy.
Long heave from 3/4 court. Time expires to end the first half. It's the Sixers out in front.
It's time for the Rose Report at halftime, and it's brought to you by EA Sports. The 76ers are in a tight battle after 2 quarters. They decided to make a statement in the opening half, and they did it by throwing down dunk after dunk after dunk. I think the rim is still shaking. These are the guys getting buckets for the Philadelphia 76ers. The Clippers are still very much in this matchup. I love the way they gave each other scoring opportunities. That really impressed me. I love seeing unselfish basketball like that. These are the guys getting buckets for the Los Angeles Clippers.
Game track. Bench points.
What I found interesting about that half of basketball is how the momentum stayed high even when the substitutions started coming into the game. These guys coming off the bench from both benches, actually, are doing a great job of making positive contributions.
Player of the half.
Joel Embiid tallied a lot of blocks in the first half and really made his presence known on the defensive end. I bet we end up seeing the opposition get even more timid around him. Here we go with the top plays.
Number 2. Number 1.
Fellas, back to you.
A lot of intrigue to come in this second half. A one-point game as we resume play here in the third quarter.
Match up, match up, match up.
Leonard to Paul George. Cleared out by Embiid. Richardson. They go down low to Simmons and finishes strong.
Good finish.
Gotta love the rim rockers.
Gotta be careful, though. Don't hang on the rim too long. You might get a T.
Clippers have the basketball. Leonard to George. Here comes the screen.
Left.
The drive right to the basket. George to the basket, but it won't go.
My ball.
Richardson. Beverly into the front court. His guys down 3.
Block up.
Al Horford rejects it. George. Great look and vision. Slam dunk.
I don't think I could do that on a 5-foot rim.
I can, because that's my only choice. Sixers control it.
Hey, lock up.
Simmons to Embiid. The pass taken away by the Clippers.
All right, I got ball.
To Leonard.
Pick.
Screen coming. Leonard to Beverly. Al Horford swats it.
Sent a message on that one, Ed.
Richardson to Simmons. To Tobias Harris. Doesn't have the touch. No good.
Match up, y'all.
I got him.
To Leonard.
I got ball.
D up.
Oh, Jay, he commands the paint this time down.
Let me tell you something that nobody will ever talk about. Did you see him slow down right before he was about to go up? That slow change of speed, that slight change was just enough to throw the defender off.
Simmons. Short jumper stays out. To Paul George. Leonard. Here comes the screen. Active hands to stay with it. We'll get a jump. After the tie-up, they'll throw it up and see who gets the possession. Beverly.
I got your help. We got your help.
We got him. Here we go.
To Leonard. For 3, can't connect. Simmons into the front court. His guys now trailing by a point.
Your boy.
It's LA Clippers ball. Paul George. Here's Simmons with it up top. Looking to make something happen. To Horford. There it is, Al Horford. Quiet night, but 2 for 3 in the contest right now.
He's been doing this for years, the physicality in which he plays. No one wants to see that. You're going to leave the game with black and blue marks all over your body.
Beverly to George. Great feed, sets it up. From the painted area, won't go down.
Because he had no body control. You have to be able to control your body when you attack the rim at full speed. That's part of your concentration. People assume concentration just on the rim, but your body control is everything. Be able to speed yourself up or slow yourself down.
To Paul George. Leonard.
D up, baby. D up.
Wait on it. Go. I got you. Right. Stop.
Knocks it down from mid-range.
Clearly not afraid of the spotlight here because that was not an easy look.
Sixers have the basketball.
Let's go.
Simmons to Embiid. Perfect feed to set up the basket. Beverly into the front court. His guys now down by a point. To Leonard. They get it to George, down low. Tough make through traffic.
You normally don't see that, but that's the type of thing that keeps shooters in the league for a long time. Every once in a while, they venture into the paint.
To Tobias Harris. No good, but 2 shots coming up for Joel Embiid.
This drives me nuts when I see fouls like that being called in a close game. Sometimes you just gotta let them play, ref.
Can't connect on the first free throw. Misses the second as well. Beverly into the front court. His team up by 1. To George. Nothing going here on that drive. Can't connect from inside. It's in the hands of Philadelphia. Knock loose. Clippers have got it.
We get the next one.
Help. Get back. Get back.
Flushes it home.
You know, teams usually shoot higher percentages early in the shot clock. Plus, you take away the legs of the defense. You have to dictate the pace.
Simmons with it. They're down 3. To Tobias Harris. They go down low to Simmons. Cleans it up. Offensive board. Grabs his own miss and scores. Good concentration.
Hand down, man down. You gotta get up and contest the shot.
Oh, yeah, it's me and you. Me and you.
Here comes the screen.
Double screen.
Leonard. Paul George fires, and he buries it.
When the ball's in his hands, we all knew what was gonna happen.
Into the front court comes Simmons. Down 3. To Tobias Harris. Nothing going here on that drive. Second effort. Oh, and a putback.
Yeah, you've been working on your craft.
You see, to a lot of people, it's an oxymoron when you hear the word superstar and the phrase doing all the little things, but that's what the great ones do.
Leonard to Paul George.
I'm gonna help top.
Oh, yeah.
When you open, shoot it.
Beverly to Leonard. Down low George. Joel Embiid. Huge block.
Don't stare him down like that afterwards.
Couldn't keep it in. Out off Tobias Harris. Both coaches dipping into their reserves. Changes coming onto the floor.
Here we go.
To George. And the finish off the nice step through.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
To Embiid.
Watch that back door.
Able to convert inside.
Wait on it. Go. So, I got you right here. Stop. Hey.
LA Clippers with the basketball.
Okay, watch the screen left.
Got you.
Leonard to Harkless. Takes stock of the floor. Harkless to Paul George. Down low for Leonard. George buries it on the catch and shoot.
I know there are refs on the court all the time, but it doesn't mean they can see every play. Maybe defensively, grab his jersey, step on his toe, do something to kind of change up his pace.
Bad pass there. Clippers have it.
You go back to the principles, things that we started working on when we were in first and second grade. It's called the shell drill. You stay down in the stance defensively, you try to deny the next pass away, and you have to communicate. If your conditioning is bad, you have no chance. But if you're able to do all these things together, collectively, you will be able to stop a great passing team.
Beverly into the front court. Lead is 2. Turns and slams it down.
That's the intensity you need to see. Whenever a player running back on defense after a dunk like that holds the inside of his forearm, it lets you know how hard he dunked that basketball.
The pass taken away by the Clippers. Beverly.
Let's go.
Jonah Bolden able to recover with the block.
Just incredible timing on that swat.
Got him.
To Embiid. Rises for the slam.
It's that easy, Ed. You never want to leave any doubt when attacking the rim.
Let's go. Pick him up. Pick him up.
To Harkless.
Who gonna do this?
Shot from in close, no good.
Wait on it.
Joel Embiid with the block.
Ed, that's light work for a guy with his ability.
Clippers have it.
Curl the ball. It's not a good look.
Hey, get mine. I got yours. I got yours.
Strong finish for Paul George.
You know, Ed, the effort is what concerns me the most. Effort is replenishable. If you're tired, raise your hand, check yourself out. Get somebody who actually wants to get back in transition and play some defense. That will help your team win the game, not you just staying in the game to be better on offense.
Short jumper won't fall. Nice touch around the basket with the tip.
In the paint, you need to finish just like that.
It's the Clippers with the possession now. Here comes the screen.
Left.
Leonard to Beverly.
Be alert. Be alert. Here it comes. Be alert. I got him.
Bad pass there. Clippers have it.
Hey, let's go. Let's get out of here. Come on.
Jonah Bolden sends it away.
Oh, he blocked that with authority.
And scores. Strong take.
That's what I'm talking about, Ed. It's that simple. Put the ball in the bucket.
Timeout called here by the Clippers as their coach wants to get a word in with his guys here in this third quarter. Mixing things up. Hockey line substitutions. Both teams making changes. Leonard goes to the right side. To Beverly. Oh, nice find for the basket.